Have you ever woken up to a fresh blanket of snow, completely untouched? It's a beautiful, peaceful sight. But what if that pristine snow held a secret? A series of footprints so bizarre, so unexplainable, that they would haunt a community for over 150 years. Let's travel back to February 8, 1855, in Devon, England. For one of the strangest events in history, the mystery of the Devil's footprints. Imagine the scene. A heavy snowfall blankets the entire region. The next morning, as people emerge from their homes, they discover something truly unsettling. A single line of hoof-like prints stretches for miles and miles across the countryside. These weren't just ordinary tracks. They were small, about 4 inches long and 3 inches across, and they were laid out in a perfect single file, one directly in front of the other, as if whatever made them was walking on 2 legs. The stride was consistent, about 8 to 16 inches apart. Now here's where it gets really weird. These tracks didn't behave like normal footprints. They went over walls as high as 14 feet, appearing on the top and then continuing on the other side as if the wall wasn't even there. They crossed frozen rivers, went through haystacks, and even appeared on the snowy roofs of houses. Some tracks led right up to a solid door, stopped, and then continued on the other side, as if the creature had passed straight through it. It was as if the laws of physics simply didn't apply. The trail was immense, covering an estimated 40 to 100 miles, winding through more than 30 different villages. People were terrified. The prints were described as being cloven, like a goat or a cow. But their single-file pattern was unlike any known 4-legged animal. Theological conclusion for many of the deeply religious locales was terrifyingly simple. Satan himself had walked among them during the night. The name stuck. The Devil's footprints. Panic gripped the region. People armed themselves, and hunting parties formed to track the creature, but they found nothing. The tracks just ended in some places, as if the being had vanished into thin air. Newspapers at the time were filled with letters and theories. Scientists and naturalists were completely baffled. Some suggested it was a kangaroo that had escaped a private zoo. But a kangaroo hopping for 100 miles, over rooftops and through walls. It didn't add up. Others proposed it was a badger, an otter, or even birds. But none of these explanations could account for the sheer scale of the trail, the single-file pattern, or the impossible obstacles the tracks overcame. A more modern, and frankly, kind of wild theory suggests it was a weather balloon. The idea is that a balloon, which had accidentally been let loose from a nearby dockyard, dragged its mooring shackles across the snow, creating the strange marks. Could that explain the tracks on the roofs and walls? Maybe. But could a balloon's trail be so consistent and deliberate over such a vast area? To this day, the Devil's footprints of Devon remain one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Was it mass hysteria? A clever prank? A bizarre natural phenomenon we still don't understand? Or was it something else entirely? Something that walked the earth for one night, leaving behind a puzzle that continues to mystify and intrigue us all. What do you think left those tracks in the snow? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into the unexplained. See you next time.